The Nikon Z9 just got another firmware update, and no, you can't record 12K RAW video, and no, you can't record 40 frames per second lossless RAW at 45.7 megapixels. But it does include many enhancements and bug fixes, including increased autofocus accuracy in this photocentric update. But the real question is, should you go ahead and apply the firmware update, or should you wait? Details coming up, but first, please do me a favor. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe to this channel, choose all notifications, like, comment, and all that good stuff, as I appreciate it greatly and it really helps this channel grow. Nikon just released firmware update 3.1 for the Nikon Z9, providing a series of enhancements and bug fixes. In terms of enhancements, it provides support for the Nikkor 85mm f1.2, improves the frame rate during burst photography with optional flash units, but most importantly, it improves autofocus accuracy for low contrast subjects when shooting burst photography. In fact, this firmware update is almost 100% all about still shooters, photographers. There's very little mentioned in this firmware update in terms of the release notes of enhancements to video capabilities or video bug fixes. And this is a change after several firmware updates where a bulk of the updates, a bulk of the changes, the enhancements, the improved capabilities have come to videography, video capabilities. Feels nice, doesn't it? Feels nice to be appreciated as a photographer instead of feeling like you're, well, a second cousin from a distant marriage that nobody hangs around or likes anymore. Anyways, let's get back to the bug fixes. Bug fixes include a fix to the retouch trim item in playback eye menu. In rare circumstances, the Nikon Z9 will create a distorted copy and not permit selection of the desired crop. And that green color cast, created by blending a large number of pictures together using that retouch lighten item in playback eye menu, well, that's also fixed. And you can also say goodbye to that corrupt display that occurred when rating pictures during playback when zooming. And lastly, of course, in rare circumstances, fixes an issue where the Nikon Z9 would stop responding or essentially brick up, requiring you to either pull the battery or turn the camera off. And this has to be one of the most frustrating things of not just the Nikon Z9, but the Canon R5, the Alpha 1, the Canon R10, the R7, the Pentax, the Olympus OM Systems OM1, you name it, every camera suffers from this to some degree. So whenever Nikon or anybody else can issue a firmware update where they reduce the probability of you getting a situation where the camera's going to lock up, well, that's huge, because even if it's just a matter of powering it off and on again, that could be enough time to lose the shot. But as with any firmware update, the big question is, should you wait or should you apply the firmware update now? If you're not having any situations where the camera is locking itself up, if you're not having any other issues, and these enhancements don't really get in your way, you don't have the Nikkor 85mm f1.2, then I caution you to wait a week or two. This just came out yesterday, so there's no rush to apply the firmware update. We don't know enough if there are any potential issues. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Come on, Simon, when has a camera company ever issued a firmware update that's bricked a camera? It just doesn't happen. Well, it does happen. It happened with Canon last year with the Canon EOS R6. I believe it was firmware 1.3 or 1.4. I can't remember the exact version, but this happens consistently with firmware updates to computers, to other devices, including cameras. And if you've got nothing, you've got no skin in the game, you don't have to worry about these enhancements or bug fixes, then wait a week or two, and then if you've heard nothing, if you don't see a video out on this channel, or if you check with Nikon in their release notes, there's no update, well then feel safe to go ahead and apply the firmware update. And perhaps this isn't the news you were looking for. Perhaps you were looking for enhancements or bug fixes to the video capabilities of the Nikon Z9, but that's certainly not happening in this firmware update. Or perhaps you were looking for leaked specifications for the Nikon Z8, a camera that we're expecting to get teased around, well, March the 25th of 2023. Well, sadly, we don't have any update. No matter how much I shake the rumor tree, we don't have any reliable leak specifications on the Nikon Z8. And yes, Nikon Rumors did put something out over a year ago talking about some capabilities that the Nikon Z8 might have. But that's a long time ago now, and we haven't received any further validation. All we're getting is that the Nikon Z8 should show up sometime late April to early May. And if that save the date leak, well, not really leak, but that poster put out by Nikon Philippines on their Facebook page, this one right here, if that's true, what many of us are thinking is that Nikon is getting ready to tease us about the Nikon Z8 or some high-level camera. They're not going to do this for some low-level camera like a refresh of the Nikon Z5 or maybe not even the Z6 or Z7. most likely this is going to be a high-level top-shelf camera like the much-anticipated Nikon Z8. And if we look back to October of, 2021 now, when Nikon released the Nikon Z9, in the 4 weeks leading up to that announcement, we got a series of 3 to 4 teaser videos on that camera showing its capabilities, showing what it looks like, showing that new flippy screen, and impressing us greatly. And then just a few days to a week before we got the actual announcement, we got a leaked slide that indicated what might be coming in the next firmware update, including Apple ProRes and 8K at up to 60 frames per second. So I really do think that what we're going to be seeing on March the 25th, 2023, in just over a month away, or just under a month away, because it's already, well, tomorrow's March, or probably by the time you're watching this video, it's March the 1st. I do believe that we're going to start getting teased on or around the 25th, which is a Friday or Saturday, depending on where you are in the world. I'm looking forward to those leaked specifications, and if you want to stay up to date on all the latest camera news and rumors, specifically regarding firmware updates, whether it be for the Nikon Z9 or another camera, or if you're eagerly waiting for the anticipation of leaked specifications or teaser videos for the Nikon Z8 or even the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, well then go ahead and subscribe and choose all notifications. By choosing all notifications, as soon as I publish a video like this one here, you'll get notified by YouTube, so that way you can stay up to date on all the latest camera news and rumors. But be sure to check your junk folder, your spam folder, because a lot of times these notification emails that come out from YouTube, they get trapped in the spam folder. And for all the minor news and rumors, well, follow me on Twitter, because on my Twitter page, this link right here, I cover off all the minor news and rumors. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great day and the rest of your week.